Mayor Paul Young was sworn in at Memphis January 1st. Since then, he held a series of town hall meetings, created a new blight strike team, launched a Black Mayors Coalition on crime, and much more. And now he's working with the city council on a new budget, which includes the mayor's proposed property tax increase. To discuss all that and much more, Mayor Paul Young is back with us today here on Live at 9, and welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Always good to be here.
Yeah, so you are on the heels of a town hall meeting. Can you just chat about how that felt and some of the thoughts coming out of there?
Yeah, we were in Raleigh this week, and certainly the community has concerns about crime, blight in their community, things that we've heard in other parts of our city. So we know that that is an important topic. It's one that we've been deeply focused on since we've been in office, and you know, the community is looking for solutions, and we're working very hard to address all of the issues that were raised.
Okay, so you have a plan for suppression. Can you dig into that, explain what that means and what those steps are? Yeah,
when we talk about public safety, it's a holistic approach. It includes suppression aspects as well as intervention and prevention. But at that meeting, I wanted to talk specifically about some of the things that we're doing around suppression. We break them down into 5 C's: cameras and technology, implementation of a curfew, controlling the highways and the roads, Code Zero, which is really, really important, and the 5th C is escaping me at this moment. It'll come to me in a second.
I know it's a lot.
But all of our things are intended to bring more order into our community. We have so many indications of chaos, things that make people feel unsafe. And so we want to reduce those issues and those challenges in our community so that we not only restore the reality of safety, but the perception of safety, which is so important.
And speaking to that, Senator Brent Taylor is wanting to bring in a New York City authority on this, who worked with the police department there. Can you just talk about your thoughts on that, and are you entertaining that, or is this something that...
Yeah, so I didn't know about the request until I saw the letter, but I did reach out since then and had a conversation with Senator Taylor, and I think we were both in agreement that it would be a good thing to sit down and talk to the governor about any support that can be provided to support our city and our county and our residents. And so we're going to be working to get that on the governor's calendar and look forward to having that dialogue.
Okay, and you had, speaking of dialogue, you had that one step further in saying you support C.J. Davis as the permanent police chief. Can you talk about where that is and where that goes from here?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was pretty clear earlier this year that was my goal, was to make her the police chief, and we moved to an interim status as we were having the dialogue with the council. My will is still there for her to be the permanent chief. It is in the hands of the council to remove that item from the table, because it got tabled at the time. So the council is the one that actually has to bring her forth. But we'll be making that request, and we'll see what happens.
And what led you to believe in the last 6 months that it should be permanent?
Well, obviously, we've had an opportunity to work very closely together over the past 5 months, and I believe that she's been doing a great job. She is very visible. She's out in the community. She is implementing plans. If you look at Code Zero and some of the results that we're seeing, and you look at overall crime, and I understand the numbers are still far too high, but overall crime is trending in the right direction, and we have to keep our foot on the gas. We want to continue to lean in and keep doing more, and we're putting the plans in place, and now is not the time for us to stop and do an overall search. Now is the time for us to continue pressing.
Okay, everybody is concerned about their money. You've done a bunch of town halls and the property tax increase. You're saying a 75-cent increase in property taxes. How do you want that to play out? I mean, why is this?
Yeah,
is there any other way?
So it's hard to kind of put it all in a short nutshell, but what I will say is that as a city, my goal is to make sure that we are on strong financial footing, and we are in a position where we have been pulling into our reserves so deeply that we are facing reducing our credit score, for lack of a better, our rating. And we can't do that as a city. And so in order to cover the hole, which is roughly $53 million, my ask was for a tax increase Granted, we did ask for more than it takes to fill that $53 million hole, because I believe that I can't ask the residents for a tax increase and deliver the same level of services. We have to add more. And so we're going to be doing more to address the things we heard, like blight. We're putting significant resources into blight, significant resources into cameras, and other things that are going to engage our young people throughout the city.
Okay, and when you look at your overall budgets and some of the things you had to pull, some of the things that you're wanting to see happen, how are you feeling about that and the reception that you've received?
It's been interesting dialogue. You know, there are a lot of opinions. It's in council's hands. They are having a lot of deliberation, and I feel like at the end of the day, we will land on something that works for all.
Okay, and that's how people can follow you. You are Mayor Paul Young on Facebook and at Mayor Memphis on X, aka Twitter. All right, thank you. Anything else I didn't ask?
No, you covered it. Thank you.
All right, okay. We'll see you hopefully in the future. All right, thank you. Still ahead.